Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to combine two of my prior videos. I'm going to use the Rachel Mintz picture, and I'm going to demonstrate the background using the iridescent mediums. You really can't get the right feel for how wonderful these mediums are until you see them in action. So we're going to do a pastel background with the iridescent medium overlay. I've gotten the picture to the point where I like it the way it is. I'm going to add some iridescent medium to it. Now I still have to do the background, and I'm very glad that I did the inside negative space in black. I think that really made her pop. So I made a good decision there. I'm going to do the background in pastel, very soft. And then I'm going to test it, but I don't know if it's going to work because I haven't tested it yet. I'm going to use the red iridescent pearl medium over it. A lot of people asked me to demo some of the iridescent products. So I think doing it in the background would be perfect without having to change up the look of what she looks like. I'm going to also add some more iridescent medium from Liquitex to her hair. I know that you can't really see it from this direction because with this iridescent medium, when you look from one direction, it looks totally normal. When you look from another direction, it's all sparkly and shiny. And that's part of the love of the Liquitex, is that two-tone look. The red iridescent pearl is a little bit different. It's going to actually change the color. So I have to be careful of what I put underneath it. And this is why in the iridescent video I put up on the screen 100 times, test your materials before you do this. Some it will look fantastic depending on what the colors that you use. Others it may look awful. So always test your iridescent mediums, especially when they have a clear base. Oh, and also, some pencils are water soluble. Anything that you're getting in from China is going to have some sort of solubility to it. The solubility is prized in China. They like their water soluble materials. So their products lean towards that way. Now, it's fine, but when adding other chemicals to it, you can sometimes lift the color. So even if you think you know the pencil and you know its solubility and what it's going to do, test before you put this on. Okay, so let's get started on this. Well, first, this is from my friend Charmaine. This is the rose gold. And I was trying to think of where to put it, but I don't really want to put it on her. Let me try to see if I can pick up the shine that I have on it so far. It might be difficult. It's picking it up in the there it is. Got it. You guys see it? In her eyes all of a sudden start to glow. So much fun. So I'm going to get that. Oh, I got some burnish shine on it too. Like the stuff, I didn't put any medium over here, and that's just burnish. I have it on her lips. You could really see it on the lips, on the butterfly, over her eyebrows, in her eyes. Like her eyes are like massively glowing. And that was the gold from U.S. Art Supply. God, I can't talk tonight. It's been a long day. I'll demo this for a second for Charmaine, and I may end up using it, I may not. It all depends on how things are looking on the page. But this is the rose gold, and this, I have to say, is one of my favorite, absolute favorite paint pens that I have, metallic paint pens, because doing rose gold it's rare. It's not like not everybody has rose gold. They have gold, they have silver, they have bronze, all the, but not a really good rose gold. And I know that's been an issue in the past to shine on that. And it dries so fast. There it is. Shine, no shine. Shine, no shine. And this is Deco Color Rose Gold. And it's by Marvi Uchida. I'll leave a link to it. It was hard to find. And I believe I did not get this on Prime. I don't fully remember. Maybe I did, but I don't remember. It's different than the other paint pens that I had bought at that time. Here's another one of the Deco color paint pens, and you can see it's different. It's a lot smaller. So I was kind of expecting this, got this, and was like, okay, I'll test it out. And then I was like, wow. So this is the gold one. This one's beautiful too. This one I edge when I make coasters. I use this for the edge. I have it in silver too. And you can see, look at that. Got it. Beautiful. Deco colors. Absolutely, totally recommend it. Okay, so I think I'm going to use chalk on it so that I can give it a very light look. Okay, this is the only chalk set I own. It came from Blix. It's like 100 years old. No, it's probably about 10 years old. We very rarely use it. I had originally bought it for my daughter, and she didn't like it either. Not the chalk. She didn't like the medium. She likes paint. So, I mean, the set is practically new. And the only reason some of these chalks have been cracked is because I've dropped this like 50 times. So we barely even touched it. There's some in here that I haven't even used. So I have to pick my colors. She's got red hair. I could do a pink background, but that's too girly. And she looks more edgy than that. I don't want to use red. Complementary color? No, because the complementary is green and I don't really want her looking like a Christmas tree. Ah, maybe an aqua green. That's a pretty color. Let me see. I always have a test paper. Oh, this one isn't it? Here it is. I always have a tester print out. That's nice, very light. Now, I'm not going to, I don't want the background to be dark and heavy, but I want to see what it looks like with the red, iridescent, red and gold. It may work, it may not work. That's test, test, test. So let's see. Yeah, I gotta clean this one out. I've been working in this one for days. These are really nice to have. They're dirt cheap, and you can buy them like in bundles. And you can never have too many of those. Okay, I have a clean brush, which is amazing. I've been really responsible with my brushes lately. This one isn't a particular good quality. And I know you won't be able to see it because it goes on virtually clear. This quality brush is crap, so I won't be using this brush. But let's see. Oh, that's sweet. It's blue when you look in one direction, and then it's like a pink gold in another direction. I think we got our match. See how this brush leaves. I don't even know what brand this was. It came in like a cheap set. But I think we have our winner. Yep. Let's go for it. I know that people use brushes and everything to apply pastel. I'm going to use my finger. It's the only way I feel like I'm in control of this. And this is why I constantly have art supply all over me. Because I like to touch my stuff and have control over it. Whenever I use anything but my finger with chalk pastel, I end up with it all over the place. And since I only want a very, very light coat on it, And this way I can have it a little bit spotty. I don't want it just a solid color. I want some white to show, to show through and it have a little bit of depth. I'm going to probably have to get a razor blade for this. You know the razor blade trick. You scrape it with a razor blade. Pastels are not my favorite medium. I'll just say that there. I have a good oil set. I rarely use it. Rarely. I think it's like I like owning it or saying that I own it. I don't really use it. It was a gift from my daughter. And that's why I treasure it. During I'm going to be a pastel artist time. Then I realized how messy it was. I think colored pencil is the best medium because you just don't become a mess. Okay, I'm going to go get a razor blade and I'm going to do this off camera. It's just more of the same. I want to do this not in my craft room because it's going to get dusty. Load up the brush. Now when you're loading up the brush, just to give you some tips, always use that middle. Go back and forth hard. Don't leave the paint just in the top. Get it all the way into the bristles and load it up well. You don't want to use a dry brush unless you're doing a dry brush technique. So that's nice and loaded. Now, if you really want it to be completely smooth and even and flowing, you can use some floating medium. And that's just a painting lubricant. And it comes out clear, it stays clear. And you just dip your tip. Back and forth a couple times. And that's loaded. And you're going to see that it goes on very smooth, very quick. Okay, I have to load up again, which I'll do off camera. It'll only take me a second. Ever since I got the floating medium, I can't use acrylics without it. It's like, takes all the stickiness away. And your paint just glides much more evenly. And that's by Folk Art, floating medium. So this only took me like 4 dips. Now I could have put this over the entire thing, but I think just the background is good enough. And there we have it. It dries really quickly. And the background is completely iridescent. Get that light right. So while we're at it, I'm going to just let it dry for a few minutes so it's perfect. And then I'm going to do some things in her hair. I did a quick mock-up of the background so that I could show you it with different mediums that I had presented to you. Really seeing these mediums in action on a swatch is not as good as seeing them in action on a demo picture. And I want to thank my subscriber who asked me for this, and they're really the inspiration behind it. So I have Deco Art Enchanted, and that was these. I swatched them the other day. And here's the blue, and here's the magenta. And you could see it's very light. It came out so dark in the demo, but you could see it's just a little bit of a haze in one direction. I can make you not see it. And then if you turn the page, it pops up. So pretty. And here is the liquid iridescent. And that's just basically clear. Now, I did not do anything to make this neat. Sorry about that. I just slopped everything on. And here is the USA interference. That's the set. I did my picture in the red, so I demoed the blue. And you can see it there. And then when you look at it in one direction, you can't even see it. And then there's the dragonfly, which is, it is different. It's got, you could barely see them, but such ultra fine glitter in it. And mixed with iridescent media. And it has a, let me see if I can catch the light on it. No, that's the light for, you can see the iridescent in it. But this has more of a halo effect. What is it called? Halogen. That woman that does the nail channel would be so disappointed in me. Holographic. Ugh. My God, 57-year-old brain. So it's holographic. So those are the mediums. They're very slight. I don't know why they came out so dark, but they're very slight. And you can see they're all basically white, like clear. This is all of them on here. You can see the red and the gold one right there. That picks up really nicely. And then if I turn it this way, you can't see it at all. This is kind of a mixture of all of them because I was putting it on my brush. So it's a very fun thing to have in your arsenal for backgrounds, and combine it with a very soft pastel background and you could do so many different things. I did a plain one. I've spent so much time on this picture. I just did a plain one and I did it with the red USA medium, and you can see the background. I would probably put on another coat after this is all over, or I'm going to spray it with my gloss spray, is what I'm probably going to end up doing. Now I'm going to do the hair, and I have to choose something to do with the hair, and I give it a little something something. Just on the highlight. And you can see it, see the highlight come to life. Now I'm not putting it on the white, I'm actually putting it on the pink. So it doesn't show in the picture per se, but you get that sparkly effect when it hits the light. So you can see it. I'm not going to do the whole thing in front of you. As I said, I'm not putting it exactly on the white highlight. I just off-centered it. Isn't that nice? Everything on this picture shines. So all I have to do is spray it. I'm going to put a little bit more of this in. Spray it, show it off. And I want to thank Rachel Mintz for the opportunity of doing her picture. This was a lot of fun. I will leave her link. Now she has to her Amazon site. I'll also going to leave a link in my description to her website. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will snap a picture when I'm done. Take care.